Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Gio, and click the hands icon to like my video and click the red button to subscribe my channel. And today's topic is very crucial. Basically what we are talking about is credit card fraud happening all over the world, because there are certain people who are scammers who fall in the poverty ladder of life, and from countries such as third, fourth, and fifth world countries. So they are majority of these scammers. They operate from subcontinent, which is India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Therefore, what has happened is that is what everyone should know. And today we're going to discuss about this issue happening worldwide, and the specific scammers who are calling from these countries are just a hotbed of scammers who target innocent people, who are especially elderly people and who are less technology savvy. So if you're, for example, 60 years old or older, you're going to get these calls from these scammers. So I thought I will talk about this, and we're going to deep dive. And before we continue, please click the hands icon to like the video and click the red button to subscribe to my channel. So let's discuss this in detail. Section 1, how scammers operate. Now basically you have to understand how they operate, how they think, how they make their case to get this kind of, or make this kind of call to someone like you, or if anyone in the world, and ask for your credit card information. These scammers often call or they claim that they are from a bank, which they're not, or from a functional company or institution that is somewhere in North America, and ask for your credit card information. You know, you on the behind of your credit card, you've got like 16 digits number. They ask for the full 16 digits number. So they might have bad accent. So this is how you can identify them as, because anybody calling from these countries, they have a very, very poor American accent, to be honest. And you can pick out these people are not from North America. So, and the thing is that they always repeat the same sales pitch over and again. And if you talk to them a little bit, like a long time, you'll figure out, like, you know, they'll have a very strong accent. Because let's say you ask to speak to their manager or escalation, they will only transfer to their colleague who speaks just as bad English as them. So there you will catch them. Because if this agent who was calling you, who claims to be from this company, and he forwards your call to escalation department and the manager, there'll be a white glow, and he'll talk to you, and then you'll know then it's a legit company. But this is the problem. When they transfer it to the other guy who's supposedly a manager, he's also fake. So don't be fooled. Now I'm going to talk about section 2, red flags to watch out for. Now here are some flags you should watch out for. Unsolicited calls asking for credit card details. Now here you are just like spending your day, you know, having a good time, and all of a sudden you get this prank call, and he's very serious, and he knows about your, you know, certain details about your account and even your address, for example. And then he'll say, yeah, I want your credit card details, we need to verify, you know, somebody made a purchase using, they bought a laptop using your credit card, it was a $900 purchase, and this is, you know, Jack Murphy or whatever, and then, you know, he wants the rest of your credit card information and your exact number and all that. And this is the way they present themselves. So this is not a real call from your institution or your financial banking provider. So you have to understand why there are red flags that you should watch out for. Then the other major thing is they have a very bad accent or unprofessional language. So if you really try to have a conversation with a normal way you would have somebody in North America, they wouldn't like pull it off. And their vocabulary is limited. The way they talk is in a different mindset of a different world, and they're not like in the same level as somebody from North America, and they have a very strong accent. Like some words you can just pick out. Basically, the Indian subcontinent, the T's and the P's, and they really stress on that. Then the other thing is they request to download apps or provide sensitive information. So never ever download any app if they're calling you and they're telling you to download this app on your phone or your laptop, because that's probably virus infested software. And the other thing to watch out for, they claim to be from a bank or institution without proper verification. So they'll say, oh yeah, we're calling from Amex, which is American Express. Or they'll say, we're calling from Bank of America, or we're calling from XYZ Bank, and they're not actually from there. They just pretend that they're from there, and they claim that, this is their institution, this is their calling, and they also, these scammers, they try to get like 1-800 number. So you'll see that on your phone, the caller ID, it says 1-800 number. So you have to remember, whoever claims to be from the bank, they don't ask for your information, such as this. Because why would a bank call you over the phone and ask for sensitive information when the bank can automatically invite you and send you an email, hey, we got this problem, can you walk into the bank and we need your information? See, this is the point, and you can go to your local bank. But these people are making calls from another part of the world, and they're claiming to be from your bank when they're not from your bank at all. And then they ask for verification details repeatedly until somebody gives up and gives them all their data. And that's where the vulnerability is, and that's where they get that credit card information. Then they use that information to get money out of your bank. And this is the problem that I am trying to highlight in today's video. So you have to be a little bit aggressive in the way they approach you. Because in my life, I had one scammer call me, and he said that, because I'm a Canadian, and then he said that, oh yeah, we got your information, your social SIN number, your social insurance number, so can you please blah, 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 verify this? I'm like telling him, excuse me, why would I give you my social, and you're saying if you have my social, so why are you asking further? He says, no, he says, if you don't do this, your immigration will be, yo, buddy, you don't know my immigration. I've been living in Canada for 17 years and nobody said a thing to me. And here's this random guy calling from a call center who pretends to be a Spanish name, Julio, and then he has a strong Indian accent. And I'm very good at this because I can pick this out very easily. Because if you're Spanish, I know a Spanish accent. And in Canada, we've got a lot of different population demographics of people. So if somebody is calling, he's saying he's Julio, but he's actually has a thick Indian accent, there's a red flag right there. So it's just one of those things that you have to be use your common sense. And so in the end, I stayed with him over the call, and then while I was on the call, I used my second phone to call the actual immigration department in Ottawa, and I verified, and the white lady picked up the phone. She says, we never do these kind of calls. Please hang up the phone, whoever you're talking to. And then I went back. I told him straight up on his face, yo man, you're lying to me. I can tell, first you're Indian, you're not from Canada, and then you're calling yourself a Spanish alias. So there were 2-3 problems with this guy, and he was we were on call for 1 hour 15 minutes. So end of the story is, then I could hear people at the background they were going, oh man, this guy figured out who we are. So that's how I got it, because I cross-checked. I had 2 phones, and I made the call, and the Canadian government said we never call anybody about social insurance number. But he tried his level best to, and the next 2 days were really gave me a headache, because the way he approached me, he ran, and but I was smart. But what if somebody else gave all the details? That's what I'm saying. Anyways, that's just one example I should tell you guys, because we're talking about these calls and people asking for illegal information from you. So, section 4, the consequences of not taking actions. So if you don't take actions, what happens? The consequences of not taking actions can be severe. Just recently, a 77-year-old Canadian man lost $1.7 million to scammers because his bank didn't prevent the transactions and they didn't let him prevent any of these suspicious transactions that were already happening illegally, and they didn't warn him because he probably leaked out his information to somebody and they kept on taking out money, and this guy was loaded. So as you know, they took out 1.7 million out of his account. So it is a pretty unbelievable story, because if somebody takes out $10,000 from your account, the bank already notifies you, hey man, you lost so much money within this number of time. So taking $1.7 million out of your account, I don't believe that. I think this is a little bit far-fetched, but it's a 77-year-old Canadian who lost this much money to scammers. This I can tell you very safely. So the thing to watch out for is that people from subcontinent, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, are scammers. And why am I telling you this? Because I myself went to Karachi and I found out a lot of the call centers are based in Mumbai, India, and Karachi, Pakistan. But what I found out, the US government put pressure on the Pakistan government and probably also to the Indian government, and they started shutting down these call centers in the past 6 months. And a lot of the companies, I found out, within like 2 months, they were wiped out from Karachi because they were doing illegal stuff. Exactly, namely credit card fraud. So the government of America pushed the Pakistan government to crack on these illegal activities of credit card scams and other fraud business. Because as you know, there are problems within these countries. People usually don't follow the law over here. They break the red light, and if they break the red light, they break other financial laws of other countries. So there is no shortage of breaking the laws in these countries. And the other thing is, when an American company finds out that the source is coming from these countries, they penalize the companies and the government of Pakistan and India, and who have to pay a lot of money to the US government because you guys are doing illegal activities. And that is the reason why I'm making this video, and that is the reason why this happened, and this is the reason why you should stay safe. Never trust anybody who asks for credit card details over the phone and he's randomly calling you. You better protect yourself, just hang up, cuss at him and hang up. And this is the best way to do it. And it's a very common practice. They will give you repetitive calls, and they'll keep calling you, and you can figure out he's not from North America. And that is the thing. And there are a couple of reasons I mentioned. And I hope, in conclusion, it's up to you to protect yourself from credit card scams. Be aware of the red flags. Verify the caller's identities, and never ever give out sensitive information. Remember, your security is in your hand, not in their hands. And that's where you have to protect yourself. So I thought I'd make this vlog, and I hope you have realized the dangers of not taking care of your identity and your information. And hopefully you have learned a couple of things from my vlog, and click the hand icon to like the video, and click the red button to subscribe, and check out my other content, and hope to see you again. Ta-ta from Shazzy.